Well, good afternoon. For those who are new here, I'm Janet, the plant-powered peddler, and already done with my ride today. So I'm in the kitchen fixing some things, and I thought I would see if there was anybody around, and I'd get some company. So been doing a lot of things, lots of sprouting. Gosh, today I've got broccoli sprouts, lentil sprouts, fenugreek sprouts, and mung bean sprouts going. They're over here in the jars. And the fenugreek sprouts, these are my first ones, and they are ready to harvest. And it took 3 days, so they're ready to go. So I'll harvest those tonight. And then alfalfa sprouts, oh, we already harvested those earlier today. They're pretty fast too. So I've got some aquafaba from some chickpeas I cooked for Steven. So I pour it out and freeze it in ice cube trays. And then I use it to make his hummus. So get those in the ice cube trays because I need the ice cube trays for Alex's chocolates, which I'm going to be making here in a minute. And I also put together a salad, which I'll show you. And I have to make the dressing yet. So I figured I'd show you that because it's a nice little dressing. I have to make a few alterations because of the ingredients that I don't have, but I think you'll find the ones that I do have are quite adequate. So I've got to have muscles to get these ice cubes out, which I have. All right. So this makes, enough for a whole bunch of hummus. I usually use about 3 of them in a recipe of hummus. I'll stick these in the freezer. And here is the salad that I made. That's mung bean sprouts on top. There's romaine, Napa cabbage, cucumber, tomato, bell pepper, scallion, or green onion. I think that's it for that. And got the dressing ready to go here. You get some warm water in the trays because I'll need them after the dressing. There we go. And all right. So should I do the chocolates first or the dressing first? I guess we'll do the dressing. So I'm going to make it in my blender. I've got some ingredients here. I do have chia. I like to grind my chia before I mix it in. So I'm going to grind it in my spice grinder. So I'm doing a rendition of a spicy peach dressing. I don't have any peaches, so I'm using apricots. Uh-oh. There we go. Only takes a second. So I need a cup of water. I just cleaned my Berkey water filter today. So it's working like a top. So I got a cup of water in the blender and then some chili powder. Oops, my spices disappeared. Here we go. I cleaned them up. So just a little bit of the chili powder, a squidge. It's pretty hot if you put more in that. And then a little bit more mustard powder. Do a couple of them. I like mustard powder. And some sun-dried tomato. Sun-dried tomato. Oh, hi, Katie. We're back. I'm making a dressing right now. So I'm just going down the list here. I'm going to put some lime in it. I'm making dressing, chocolates, and soy milk for Stephen. All right. So I rode to the farmer's market today, and I got zucchini plants and cucumber plants. What do I have in there so far? I've got water, some chili powder, some mustard powder, and sun-dried tomatoes. And now comes the lime juice. I'm just going to squeeze the whole lime in there because I love lime. I got some cilantro. I planted everything already as soon as I got home. And you know, they ride on the bus. They ride on the bicycle with me, so I'm not sure how traumatic that is for plants. But they looked in pretty good shape. But I'll know more tomorrow after they've had 24 hours to recover from a bicycle ride. All right. It's a tough lime. All right, and then I'm going to put in some, I just ground some chia seeds just now. What are you up today, Katie? Been doing any prep? Any prepping or cooking? I made my lunch out of bananas, blueberries, cilantro, and an orange. And I processed it, ate it like a pudding. It was delicious. I used the wild blueberries. This is just a tablespoon of chia. And I had some sugar snap peas, some broccolini, and cauliflower snack when I was riding my bike this morning. All right, so there's the chia. And then some green onion. This is the white part. And some jalapeno. And where you can go with your German Shepherd. Is there a dog park? Maggie Valley in the mountains. Ooh. No dog would say no to that. I'm going to put in aroma tomato. Oh, I always forget the lid also has chia seeds on it. I'll get it off of there. Not the lid, but the blade. Well, it is the lid. There we go. All right, and I'm using both fresh apricots and dried apricots. Here's the fresh ones. Costco had them. First time I've seen them this year. That was cool. All right. Get this plugged in. And I'm going to just get the seeds out of the apricots. I'm just cutting them. Oh, she doesn't get along with other dogs. Well, shepherds are like that. They're so protective. Call in the dog whisperer. There we go. So I got 4 fresh apricots and 4 dehydrated ones. And I'll cut that tomato in quarters just to help it get started. And that is it. Find the lid. Here we go. And we'll give her a blend here. All right. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, and it smells good too. I just got a whiff. I've got a potluck and a meeting this week. So I'm thinking for the potluck, I'm going to take a salad and maybe a treat. So I got Chef AJ's book out to look for something sweet, but made with whole food. And there's one with raw almond butter I might make, because if they don't eat it, Stephen will eat it. And maybe I will too. I'll make it raw if I can. So that's my dressing. It's apricot. I guess you just call it apricot. So I'll pour it in my dressing container. I got about 3 dressings because Lissa makes one every time she makes a salad. And she just calls it the dressing. And they're all good. I don't think I've had a bad one yet. That'll do. All right. That is nice. So I'm going to clean this out because I'm going to make chocolates in it now. So I got enough for another small bottle. This one's kind of spicy because there's that jalapeno in there and the chili powder. You never know with the jalapenos how spicy they're going to be. I had a habanero the other day and it was just right. And it even said use half of one, and I used the whole one, but none of the seeds. I'm too chicken. All right. Scrape this out a little bit. And I don't know, Katie, have you heard about the bundle? I just got it today because I want Dr. Graham's course in there. And his course is going to be over $700 once the bundle's over. But in the bundle, it's only $50 because the whole bundle is $50. So it's like 48 hours of videos. So it'll be good. I'm much better at listening to a video than I am reading, sitting there and reading it when it's, technical stuff. And says, he gives all the ins and outs of 80-10-10. So there's so much to it that I'm going to see if that'll help. Yeah, habaneros are hot, but this one wasn't as hot as this is today. So I got my dressing for my salad. So that's my dinner for tonight, the dressing and the salad and a quarter wrap. And I've been making the wraps minus dates and minus psyllium husk because I learned at the Costa Rica that psyllium husk is really rough on the lining of our gut. Here's my quarter wraps. They're turning out really well. And I'm using flax and chia instead of psyllium husk and chia. And I'm just using other fruit besides the, or beet, or, something similar to the consistency of a date, sort of, but not a date, because you're not supposed to have sweet fruits at night. Sweet fruits are for lunch, middle of the day. Oh, the bundle? Oh, well, it's called the, what is it called this time? I think I got it on here. Wait a second. Liedersagen. Let's see. Is it here? No. Got it on here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here she is. The Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. I don't know where that's coming from. Here it is. All right. And so you can, that was Lissa and Chris Kendall. They're both creators. Lissa's the master creator. And it's got all kinds of recipes. It's got Dr. Graham's 80-10-10. Chris and Doc Graham got together and did a whole series of videos just explaining all about 80-10-10, which is eating raw, minimum of 80% carbs and a maximum of 10% protein and 10% fat. So that's what I follow. And I went to Costa Rica for 6 weeks and worked with Doug Graham. And now he's my coach. So I work out with him. And my goal is to reverse osteopenia. So that's my hope. Okay, so I'm washing out my ice cube trays from the Aquafaba that I just unloaded. And then I'm going to use them to put my chocolates in that I'm going to make next. And it's such a simple recipe. You're gonna laugh. It's so simple. It's basically 2 ingredients. If you even want to, basically one ingredient, but it's bananas. Let's see, where's my towel? Here it is. This is mainly on Instagram, but you can go to Raw Food Romance and find out more about the vegan bundle. The raw, the ultimate raw vegan bundle. It's all raw recipes. So I got 6 bananas here. That should make me pretty close to 2 trays of chocolates. And then I just freeze them. And then I'm going to use carob to make them chocolatey. I used my tablespoon, so I'll just use a half a tablespoon and do it twice. And I'm going to put in a little bit of vanilla powder because it's delicious. Don't need much. And I like to put in a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. My hope is to reverse my osteopenia. Shouldn't call it my. I don't want to own it, but my DEXA scan showed that my bone strength has deteriorated in the last 5 years, but I have lost 50 pounds. So, I'm very active on a bicycle, but that's not weight bearing. So now I guess I'm light and my bones are, they're showing it. All right. Where is, oh, here it is. It's up here. Okay, so I'm going to whip up this chocolate. All right, and that's it. That's chocolates. Just have to pour them in the ice cube tray and stick them in the freezer, and they're good to go. Here we go. My hope is to reverse. Oh, okay. We already answered that, didn't we? Wait a minute. Mostly just water. Okay, my spatula was here a second ago. Here we go. So are you making anything, Katie? What are you up to today? Besides the dog? Or is Saturday your day off? Oh, here comes my sister. Oh, it sounds like the neighbor's here. Okay. So here's chocolate. Make sure it's off the sides so I can get all my carob. You haven't been in your kitchen in 15 years. Oh my goodness. I just love being in my kitchen now because there's no oil, no muss, no fuss. That's fun that you're enjoying watching me make stuff. All right, so we're going to pour it in the trays. It's best if I line it up here. Ah. It's out of control. It's funny, sometimes it's real thick and sometimes it's not. Today it's not. It's coming out really fast. So what do you eat, Katie? Tell me, what's your secret? Yep, now it's slowing down. Yeah. Well, you know, the more I get in each ice cube tray, it's just a bigger chocolate. So I'm not complaining. Almost got it here. The best part is licking out the blender. Here we have it. Oop. Let me see what you wrote me. You eat crap. Oh, good. Am I inspiring you? Recently, and high class. That's what happened to me too. Oh. Do you listen to Rich Roll? He was just writing about that because he had a spinal fusion for a back issue that he's had for years. And he kept trying to do everything but surgery. But oh my gosh, it was a spondylolisthesis, which is an instability. It's not always an instability. I mean, you can have a stable spine to where you can do just about anything and it's okay. But I mean, he did extreme sports and really pounded on that vertebra, and it became pretty darn unstable to where his legs started going numb and his foot, and so he finally went and had the surgery done, and the recovery from the surgery was so slow. He got all depressed and he didn't do anything for a year. And then he finally decided, I got to, it's not just going to magically come back. He had to start working for it. And so he did. And he shows up every day and he goes to the gym and he's gradually getting his mojo back. But man, it's tough. You have to have so much patience. I struggled my whole life with my weight. Rich Roll, ROWROLL. Um, my whole life, oh my gosh, I was so unhappy. I wanted so to be thin. And at first, I could diet and lose all the weight. But then I tried to go back to regular eating and I couldn't. As soon as I went back to regular eating, I'd put the weight back on again and I'd put it on fast because, once I got started, I'm such an addict, I couldn't stop. So I got up to 200 pounds and then I did a whole bunch of things. And over the years, I realized, well, the first thing is Janine Roth. I found Janine Roth and she writes all about, breaking free from compulsive eating. And she, um, she did more like intuitive eating, which doesn't really work for me. But I learned so much from her, and I realized that every diet is followed with a binge. So if I restricted, I'd always end up binging and putting everything back on. And so I had to stop dieting, which was so counterintuitive for me. But I finally did that, and I got off, the real obvious fried foods and, um, you know, fatty stuff. And I lost from 200 down to between 150, 160. And there I pretty much stayed. I would lose weight from there and I'd gain it right back again. I'd lose weight, gain it right back. And I'm really active. I bicycled all over the when food is love. Yep, yep. Janine is G. It's spelled with a G. Geneen. But anyways, where was I? Got that first 40 pounds off. Oh, yeah, that no matter what I did, I really couldn't keep off any weight past the 160 mark. And, yeah, I was riding, bicycle touring, working out. I was a physical therapist, for heaven's sakes. It was embarrassing to still be this chunk. Um, and most PTs are, real skinny and fit, and, oh, it just slowed me down from being able to do things. I love to play soccer, but Uh, I was slower than everybody. I worked on my skills and got really skilled, but still, I just it wasn't. It was. I so hoped I could lose weight. Well, finally, at 65 years old, I learned about calorie density. Now, how I never learned this, and here I was in the health professions, working right alongside health professionals, and never understood calorie density. And yeah, I bicycle all over. D I've ridden the perimeter twice, and, I've ridden up into Canada and Germany and Netherlands and France, and I've done the Camino on a bicycle. I love to ride. I love to tour. I like to hike too. I've hiked the Southwest Coastal Path in Cornwall, England. So I'm an active person. You'd think I'd be skinny, but nope. I always eat more than you can't outrun a bad diet, I'll tell you. So at 65, I found Chef AJ and went whole food, plant-based. Dr. Greger, I got his cookbook and I started making all his recipes. And then Chef AJ, I got her cookbook and tried the, no salt, no sugar, no fat. And I just melted off 50 pounds. It was amazing. And then I uh, found Lissa, Raw Food Romance, and I had a girlfriend that was having some heart troubles. So I said, let's go raw. So I tried raw, and I really resonated with raw. But my girlfriend, she only lasted 10 days, and then she went back to cook food again. After a couple of months, I thought, well, why am I doing this? And I went back to cook food, but I immediately could tell the difference. And gradually I thought, I'm going to go raw again. So it was about another year later and I went raw again. And I really enjoyed it again. And then it was with another friend. And then she didn't resonate with her. And she went back to cooked food. And so I went back to cook food. And then the third time I did it for me because my skin breaks out on my face. And I thought maybe going raw will help my skin. And it did. And this time I just thought, I really enjoy this eating raw, so I'm going to stay raw. And then I found Dr. Graham, and I started following his stuff, and went to Costa Rica. Oh, and meanwhile, just going plant-based, my cholesterol went down to from 227 to, I think it was went down to 130. My husband's too. My husband lost 35 pounds. Both of our blood pressures normalized, our heart rates normalized, everything just improved. We both felt better. And so we've been ever since. We watched Eating You Alive. Have you seen any of the documentaries about what they do to the animals? Oh my gosh. When I saw that, I couldn't eat any animals. I can't eat anything related to what they're doing to the animals. I mean, with the dairy, well, first of all, dairy is what a calf consumes to go from a 70-pound baby to a 700-pound yearling in a year. What am I doing eating dairy? Stupid. So I got off dairy. I got off all animal products. I got off all packaged processed food, and I eat real food, and I love it. And I easily maintain this weight loss. So for the first time in my life, it's a miracle. So that's my story. I want to tell you, Katie, that food is engineered for you to be addicted to it. And they find what will give you your bliss point. They find what'll light up your dopamine receptors in your brain, and they make the food so that you cannot stop. So we always think it's a lack of willpower on our part. No, they scientifically engineer it so we cannot say no. So you just have to, abstinence is the best way to start, I think. You have to get off the stuff. And there's no way I would ever want to go back to it because it's addictive. No matter how long you stay away from it, it'll grab you right in if you go back to it. And that's what I always try to do, is go back to it. But you really need to value your body, your health, your life, and your quality of life more than the drugs. I got off everything. I got off caffeine, salt, sugar, fat. I have a little miso now. Even Chef AJ has a little salt now because it's so hard to stay away from salt. It's in everything, but I don't have it. It's only, if I put it in, because basically all my ingredients are single ingredients, so I know what's gone in them. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Katie. I know I've been on YouTube interviewed by people because I hope to influence other people. That's why I'm here on YouTube now. It's kind of my mission that, for 65 years, I went without knowing what to do. And so I want to share it with anybody who wants to listen and that wants a little bit of inspiration. I hope to be inspiring. I'm just going to put these in the freezer. There we go. Whoop. I got so many things in my freezer, I can't close the door. Okay, so this is soy milk for my husband. And I just cook soybeans and then I freeze them. And then when he's out of his soy milk, I just take them out of the freezer, let them thaw, add a quart of water to them, blend them up with some dates. He likes a little bit of sweet in them, so I put some dates in them. And I just get these medjool dates when I go to Costco. So put in 4 or 5 of them, depending on how big they are. Squeeze them to make sure there's no pit in them. And I fill the quart container up all the way to the end of the white. So it might even be 5 cups of water, because I don't strain the soy milk. He likes the whole thing. I really put a lot of water in there. And then it lasts him a little bit longer. So get my lid. And now I need the plastic top. And blend that. See why I asked you if you had a Vitamix? I just blend it for 45 seconds and it's good to go. I just pour it into his pitcher. He's got another thing of milk. What could be easier? So do you have family there with you, Katie? There. And you just rinse out the blender and that's it. You're done. So nice. It's really fat that makes things difficult to clean. All right. Put the lid on this, put away the salad and the dressing. 5:45, it's time for my dinner. I'll go ahead and I'll plate it. So what I do is I take one of my quarter wraps, no immediate. So you're there by yourself. Well, it's really nice that you come keep me company. All right, so then I'm gonna put some salad on the wrap. This is supposed to be a single serving salad. Can you imagine? All right, so I just load up my wrap. I was wondering why I was feeling hungry. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to put some alfalfa sprouts on it. And then on top of that, what I do is I pick it up by the corners like this and eat it. It's getting all over, but I get it all over me. And then I just squirt the dressing on it. Can't really see it that way. I know. I should be your neighbor. I'd show you how to do this, but you know, you wouldn't want me to do it for you because I'd get too cranky too soon, but I'd sure show you how to do it because it's so fun. I really enjoy it. And once you start dropping weight, it's just so encouraging. It was the best ever. And it took me 65 years. So now I'm 71. So it's been 6 years and I'm still skinny for the first time in my life. So pretty cool. So that's it. I'm done in the kitchen for tonight. And it was just really nice to have you, Katie. So I'll be back probably, I don't know if tomorrow, but Monday, definitely. I've got to make something for Monday night for my Zoom group, and then Tuesday there's a potluck, and then Wednesday there's a meeting. So I'll try to get it online if I can. So I hope you're around, Katie. We can visit again. All right. So I'm going to head out. I remember how to end. There we go. All right. Have a good night.